Good morning. Welcome. Glad to see you all this morning. And as we begin the countdown to Thanksgiving, a lot of excitement. We have friends and relatives coming from a couple of different states, and always look forward to this time of year. So, my name's Howie, and I am your service leader this morning. And we, of course, are delighted that you have chosen Unity Spiritual Center to spend your Sunday morning with lots of other fun people. Reminder to turn cell phones off if you haven't done that. And if we have new people, visitors, please check in with the greeters because they have more information about our spiritual center and how you can get information on future services and events. Lots of events going on every day here at Unity. So, thank you for joining us on Facebook. Welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. So we will enter into the presence of God, and you can just please take a couple of deep breaths and settle in while I light the candle. And I'd ask Casey to come up and give us an affirmative prayer to begin.
Good morning. I'm actually going to switch things up just a tad bit here. So returning to Marnie, actually, would you be able to close the doors? Is that okay? Just to contain the energy, contain the space, give the sense of calm and peace here. So settling in here, arriving fully, maybe closing down the eyes if that's comfortable for you. First connecting with the heart, maybe feeling into that space just below the sternum. Inviting in a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for this land that we walk, that we live on, the land that supports us, the land that nourishes us. Gratitude for all those that have come before us, that have walked the path, all the saints, sages, wisdom masters, teachers in all times and spaces, our ancestors. Feeling gratitude for all of those beings. Now feeling gratitude for those beings that share this space with you, all of those in this room, maybe sitting next to you, maybe in front of you, behind you. Now extending that gratitude to yourself. Letting go of any stories you may have about what you think you are, who you think you are, and just feel a gratitude and blessing of your own being. For this presence that surrounds us is there within us. And I invite you to share your voice with me as we sing or chant Om. And as you do, I want you to focus on the feeling in the body, less about what it sounds like. Don't worry about what it sounds like, but feel it in your body. Feel the resonance. Maybe hearing the sound of this harmonium. Again, feeling it in your body, feeling the resonance. Two more just like that. Maybe taking one more big deep breath. Remembering that spirit is the breath that moves through us, that moves through all things. We honor and recognize that spirit as it moves through us. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, let us say the vision and mission statements together. Centered in divine love, we affirm a spiritually enlightened world. We awaken oneness, divine spirit, and all creation through learning, praying, meditating, and manifesting love in action. Trace will lead us into congregational songs. Number 50, The World Awakening. No, I'm sorry, you will do a special music.
No, we're doing number 13, Holy Holy.
Trace will be doing number 13, Holy Holy.
Is it on the slide by chance? Yeah.
Okay.
Scared me, I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to hand out books, stand if you like. Wow,
Okay.
this is the first, the song collector came up here and half the chairs are empty. I've always wanted the whole congregation to be in the song collector. Thank you for this day.
Nice energy. Thank you. Okay. Next.
Sure. Special music we have. Right off the presses. This is a good old gospel song. And it's called Down in My Soul.
With 5 white women.
Right. See if we can pull this on.
The Collective Supremes.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
in my soul.
Thank you. And once again, let's settle in and take a breath. And let us pray for all the families of this world we live in and all of the children. And we are committed to keep the kids safe. We're also committed to keeping one another safe. And, you know, the daily word today is about protection and how we are protected, and that indelible knowledge that is there for us to grasp can move mountains, both internally and externally. So let us honor the kids and sing "Walking in the Light." And again, just taking a moment to hold our beloved planet in our hearts. Thank you. The daily word for today, Sunday, November 23rd, is protected. Protection is more than physical safety. It is a deep assurance that no harm can befall me at the level of spirit. I am guided and sustained by the infinite intelligence and love of spirit. This protection is not fear-based, but faith-based. A deep understanding that no matter what appears in the outer world, the Christ presence within me is my enduring spiritual protection. This awareness helps me put the news of the world in proper perspective. As I align my thoughts and feelings with spiritual truth, I feel safe. Affirming divine protection allows me to live boldly, knowing that I am not alone. I believe in the prayer for protection, which assures me I am surrounded, enfolded, and protected by the presence and power of God. And from Psalm 91:11, for he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. If we could say the daily word and affirmation together: protected. I rest secure, knowing I am divinely protected. And if anyone would like our community to hold a friend, family member in prayer, you can state their name and it will be done. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. We are God's light and love, reflecting God's essence as we pray for others. Unity is founded on prayer. We have a prayer box for your individual prayer needs. To my right, lavender slips are on the greeter table in the prayer box. These prayers remain confidential, and they're prayed upon by our prayer team here at Unity for 30 days. After 30 days, copies of those prayers are forwarded to Silent Unity for another 30 days of prayer in the prayer tower. And I am sure that nearly all of you have used that. And it's a wonderful, wonderful part of who we are. And prayer partners, of course, are an essential part of our ministry, and some of these prayer partners are with us today. Please raise your hand. Thank you very much. And they are available if you need to pray with them, and always available. And thank you. And thank you for your prayers that you send out individually. Okay. So the affirmation that we have for November is blessing in all things. And the theme is blessing in all things. And if we could say the affirmation together, please. I bless all the parts of every day and am open to all my blessings. Okay. That brings us to our speaker for the day, Casey Schellhorn, and no introduction needed.
That's how I like it. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you. Okay. So once upon a time, many years ago, there was a farmer. And this farmer wasn't very rich, but he had one horse. And that horse was his prized possession. He rode the horse. He would take the horse into town. And one day, the horse ran off, jumped the fence, and ran off. And all of the neighbors heard of this and came around and, were like, oh, we're so sorry that your horse ran away. We're so sorry. It's such a terrible thing. And the farmer was a wise man. Little did his neighbors know. And his response was, maybe. And so the days go by, and one day the farmer wakes up, and the horse had gone off and found several other horse friends that wanted to be with it and brought them back. And so when he woke up, he had 5 horses in his pasture. All of his neighbors heard about this and came around, and they're like, oh, that's so exciting. That's so wonderful that you have so many horses. And the farmer's response was, maybe. And the farmer had a son. And the son, is this young boy who was really excited to have, another horse to ride. And so he wanted to try to ride one of the new horses. So he got on the horse's back, and the horse bucked him off, and he broke his leg. Yeah. So again, the neighbors eventually found out about this and came over and, oh, we're so sorry for your son's condition. We're so sorry. And the farmer's response was, well, maybe. Because then the next day, a lieutenant from the general's army came through looking for people to join the army. And any young lad of fit age and body was to be drafted. And the farmer's son was lying there with a broken leg and could not be drafted. So So the story comes from, I think, the Zen tradition or the Taoist tradition, and it points to how we don't exactly know how life's going to turn out, right? Isn't that like the one thing we can count on is that we have no clue how life's going to turn out. We don't even know what tomorrow, much less next hour, is going to be. And I don't just mean in events, as in like what we're actually going to do, but what about how we're going to feel? Right? Day could be going well, and you get a call, oh, your son broke his leg, and suddenly, right, things change. Our inner experience changes in a moment. And so that story points to how, the farmer being the representation of the wise person doesn't make too many judgments, isn't quick to judge something that looks great that I have 5 horses, right? But maybe. We don't necessarily know. And so I bring the story up because, again, the theme is blessings in all things. Right? That seems like a bold statement when you really think about it. Can a broken leg be a blessing? Can getting sick be a blessing? Can the condition of the world be a blessing? And it has to do with perspective, right? How we see things, how we look at the situation. And so the first thing I like about that story, right, is we're not quick to judge. Because if we're too quick to judge and place judgment on whatever is happening, we can get caught up in that judgment. And suddenly we're no longer dealing with the situation, we're dealing with our interpretation, what we've already decided. So if we decided that the situation's rotten, what's going to happen with the situation? It's probably going to be rotten. We're probably going to feel rotten, right? If we've already convinced ourselves that life is not a blessing, that whatever the circumstance is, that it's not a blessing. But again, it's a tall order because we have situations in our life that definitely don't feel like blessings. And another way of looking at this is something my teacher said and actually wrote in one of his books. It's something like anything can be for the best or for good as long as you do the work for it. And what he's getting at is that, so we have situations in our life that are very clearly blessings that take no energy or no work, right? Somebody shows up with a pie at our door or something, which would be great. And, right, we feel blessed. We feel blessed with the family that we have or whatever events that we have. So there's obvious things that we can feel the blessing about. But as I'm pointing out, that there are situations that are far more difficult. And so I sort of like to think of it as kind of like mining. We got to go deeper, right? So the blessing energy might not be at the surface. The blessing energy might not be even just below the surface. And so how do we do that? I pointed to kind of the first step. One is not getting caught up in our stories. Right? And so feeling fully is the first step, whatever it is. Because whatever situation that is difficult, that feels not like a blessing, right, is going to have some sort of emotional component. Or else we would be completely okay with it, right? If there wasn't an emotional component, life would just be wonderful and we could be happy, right? So the fact that there's some sort of arising within us that's difficult, that we meet with resistance. And that's the key. We meet it with resistance. So I'll use an example. I hurt my knee many years ago. I was working as a cook, and I don't actually know what happened. I think I was just like twisting. I was like working here and then having to go this, and so it was repetitive motion, doing one of these numbers. And I just woke up one day and it was swollen. Doctors couldn't figure it out, nothing on the x-ray, nothing on an MRI. But I took it as something terribly wrong. Right? So here's a real life example of a difficult situation, right? I'm sitting here now with chronic pain. It didn't go away. It was near constant. It would ebb and flow, but it was constant. And so my mind started making stories. Oh my gosh, I'll never be able to run again. I'll never be able to hike again. I'll never be able to bike again. All of these things that I won't ever be able to do, right? Because my knee has problems and something like this. And so I created this whole world for myself. And it sure as heck didn't feel like a blessing, right? And I can tell you now, it's been many years, that there was a blessing to that. There is still a blessing, right? But it's taken, again, the digging deep, going into that, going into the feeling. Because that's what I ultimately realized when I came through this. It was like, oh, that pain was a signal. That pain was a signal for my body to pay attention to something. So I feel this is one way we can look at difficult situations and how can we find blessing. That they're pointing to, or pointers for us to pay more attention to something. For me, it was paying attention to how I was tensing in my body. Because actually, as I found, that it was the tension in my body, especially in my quads, that was exacerbating this pain. Right? So it was like my body was calling out, wanting me to release. But I had to feel. I had to actually go in and feel and sense what I was experiencing. So that's the first thing, right? Actually feeling. And then letting that feeling flow. So feel and then flow. Right? Because feelings, if you really kind of pay attention to them and go into them, they move. They want to move. There's an energy to them. Everything in life flows, right? Air, water, blood, breath. Flow is life. That's what spirit, right, comes from Latin, I believe, meaning breath. Flow. And so we want to feel those emotions and then let them flow. Because if we let them flow, they eventually fade. It might take a long time. It might take multiple iterations of this process of going in, feeling whatever we're experiencing, allowing it to flow through our body, and letting it be what it is. And I kind of pointed to and mentioned this, that it's resistance, that we resist this process. We resist whether it's the feeling itself. I was resisting the fact that, oh my gosh, I am now dealing with a possible, chronic injury. I didn't want that to be the case. I was resisting it. And that actually made it worse. Right? So whatever is in our life, we might resist that situation. Then we're not going to experience the blessing. So we, again, feel, let it flow. And eventually, and it took quite a while, listening to my body, that it was telling me to relax, to soften. Not just the physical body, but my tension in life. Holding and grasping and trying to brace myself against this world. Because I remember I talked about being perspective. That so when we hold this perspective that life is problematic, that life is inherently not a blessing, that life is troublesome, life is just life. It's neither good nor bad. It's how we see it. Right? It's the glasses, the lens that we wear, like the colored, like rose-colored glasses. If you wear rose-colored glasses, what does the world look like? It's gonna look rosy. Yeah. And so when we begin to do this work, so to speak, emotional digesting, processing whatever difficult situations are arising in our lives, feeling what is there to be felt, letting that flow through, letting it dissipate when we need to. That will lead us to the blessing. But the key is, I can't tell you what that blessing is. This isn't a formula in that the blessing is whatever. It's for each person to find out. Right? That's why I shared the story of my knee. The blessing for me was seeing how I was tensing in life. Right? The blessing was feeling the physical tension that was giving rise to a physical pain. And the more that I felt with and was with that, the more that led me to the blessing of recognizing that tension in other areas of my life, of how I was resisting other areas in my life. And so it opened the door for me to soften, to relax, to open up. And one of the ways that we know that this is happening, right? Because we can sit here and believe, right? We can say these affirmations, which are great, can be helpful. But if it's just at the level of concept, everything's a blessing, everything's a blessing, everything's a blessing, everything's a blessing, right? If we just say that over and over again, and we don't feel that viscerally, if we don't actually go the process, it doesn't do much good. We've now just believed a nice thought that maybe is helpful. Well, we want to go deeper, dig in. And we know that this process is working when there's gratitude. When we come to something and we feel that sense of gratitude for whatever that situation is. Because again, we start in with a difficult situation that we might be resisting, that there's tension against. And we go through this process of feeling it fully, letting it flow, being with whatever is arising. And when it lands itself finally in gratitude, it's like the river, right? The river eventually makes its way to the ocean. The great ocean that takes all rivers. Same way with any situation that we're encounter. If we're able to be with it fully, let it carry us where it wants us to go, we land in gratitude. And that's when we know. There's a phrase in Sanskrit from the tradition that I follow that is Sanskrit's na shivam vidyate kvachit, which means nothing exists that isn't Shiva. So Shiva on one hand means the divine, God, presence. And so it's a statement, nothing exists that isn't the divine, just like our principle one. So it's a statement of non-duality, that everything is the divine. But the curious thing about the Sanskrit word Shiva is it also means blessing. And there's no capital letters in Sanskrit, so you can't tell looking at the sentence whether it means the divine or blessing. Right? So it's either nothing exists that isn't the divine, or nothing exists that isn't a blessing. And again, not to just believe that as a thought, but to be able to go in. I was going to say do the work. I don't quite like that phrase. It's really this intuitive process of feeling, of letting things flow, and it opens us up to something more. And so I thought for our meditation time, I would do a little chant, since we have a harmonium here. And so a chant to Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya, means reverence for the divine. Shiva being the divine, or blessing. But it also means that I allow my awareness to merge with my divine nature. So just feeling into the body, feeling into your experience. Notice where you're resisting. Notice where there's tension. Whether that's physical tension in the physical body, maybe you feel psychic tension in the mind. Allow whatever wants to flow through you to flow. Know that you are in a safe space, surrounded by people who care and love for you. Maybe you feel called to offer anything you want to offer into the presence of God, into the presence of the divine. Offer it into the heart. Every breath we take is a blessing. Every chance we have to look into each other's eyes is a blessing. It's such a blessing to be here with each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey.
I am so
will come back to you. And with that thought, I do invite you to come up for the walk to receive your affirmation and give any gifts that you would choose to offer today. And thank you for your sharing. We have several ways of doing this here, and you can do it online with Venmo, Tidely, Auto Giving, etc. So thank you all for doing your part. And if we could say our divine love statement together, flowing through us, blesses and multiplies all that we give, all that we receive, and all that we are. And Casey, an abundance blessing, please.
I love it. We talk about more blessings. Blessings and blessings. We're going to bless the blessings now. The whole bowl of blessings. But this just, again, shows that flow of life, that flow of energy. And so thank you all for sharing, again, your time, your energy, money with this space. And so we honor this blessing and knowing that this blessing will turn into ever more blessings. Thank you.
Sometimes this is a blessing, sometimes it's not, but my motto in life is to choose love, always, even when I'm frustrated with things. People use the example of driving. When someone is doing something that upsets you, you know, my instinct is to go, what? Well, God bless you and I love you. I've finally gotten it to a place where I don't swear, which is hard to believe for those of you that know me. And this song is called I Choose Love. It's written by Karen Tyler and Sue Riley. We've done it before. It's in our book, but it's a song that spoke to me. It said it had to be sung. change. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present. It's what we're made of. I choose
Thank you. A lot of announcements, but we'll kind of run through them here quickly. Thanksgiving, 11:30 to 1:30, free will offering and takeouts available. And that's the final day of fall raffle. You do not need to be present to win. Get tickets today in the minister's office, $2 a ticket, sign-in sheet in the foyer. And great, Sue Carlson and Jan Swanson have started, have started getting the little free food pantry up and running, and a sign-up sheet is in the foyer. And thank you to Jody and Dale, I believe, and Tim for Mari, anyone who, I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. But great, it looks good, and I am sure it will be a blessing to many people. Sue Orfield, Sue Orfield and Balterdash will be here for a concert on Friday night, December 12th. And our good friend Yada is part of that group, and it is always such a wonderful Christmas time concert. Gosh, it's usually the sanctuary is filled, and it is a joyous night. So it's only $15, and tell your friends and family, and standing room only would be lovely. All right, the Course of Miracles group is moving to a Course of Love in the start of 2026. Marion would give us a little insight.
Good morning. We've been doing a Course of Miracles for several years, and our group decided that it would be a good change to do a Course in Love, and what a better way to start our year than with love. I invite all of you to come and join us. It's at 10 o'clock on Tuesday mornings, and if you can't be here in person, we also offer it in Zoom. It would be wonderful to have you there to share insights when we go through the course. We love our time together and our insights that we share, so we're welcoming all of you to join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Therese? Yes, you're on the list here, Teresa.
Our beautiful, lovely piano needs tuning. And we've already spent our budget, our allotted budget money to tune the piano, but we need it done again. And if any of you know anything about wood, if it gets dry, the wood changes, and it'll change how your instruments sound. And that's what's happened here. Anyway, the point is, we need to raise $150 to tune this piano, and I'm calling it Bread for Bread. Those of you who donate a suggested $15 towards the piano will get a loaf of bread in return. The loaf of bread is homemade, I hope. So the other thing, besides money that I need volunteers to bake bread. Bread for bread. And, you know, the beauty of that is you'll bake a loaf of bread, but you might see one that you like better than the one you just made. Who knows? Sky's the limit. There's more information on like guidelines and stuff out there on a table. Out there on a table near you. I'm gonna come around with the sign-up sheet. So this is gonna happen next Sunday. Next Sunday is the bread. So those of you who volunteer to make bread, it needs to be here next Sunday. So if we do this quickly and get it over with, then you don't have to hear me talk about it.
All right.
Now come around with a sign-up sheet.
First tip for November, which we have seen and continue to hopefully take to heart. All right. Sign up for treats, of course, and let us close with our songs.
I'm coming for the kids. I'm wireless today.